Probably didn't tell you, but I started when I was 5. I'm going to miss you guys. I'm going to miss this place. I'm going to read two of my favorite poems. Neither of them are joyous. The first one is called Cowards. Here is a horror story told by evil, and the story is real. It is based on power run amok, cruelly stamped on innocence, changing it forever. It is degradation of the worst kind. It is all the things that man should not be. Manhood that cannot look at itself. A cowardly act of destruction. It causes an infectious disease that eats away at innocence, trust, peace, and security. It takes away the sun and replaces it with shadow. And that is where a woman will walk for a long, long time, sometime even forever. For it becomes a darkness there inside the light that will never go away completely, causes fear of similar places or events. This sharp and heavy weight placed on one simply because she was born a woman brings to her bad dreams, not just in the night. This disease of fear that spreads to all women, but for who has been degraded, never goes completely away, and so this life is changed forever. Sudden sounds make her jump, jerked away from sleep, fearing, being worried in the presence of strangers. And even if she is alone, it touches her everywhere, her life affected in some way. And it keeps some of you, and it affects some of you too. It brings a general unease that you cannot explain. This curse that keeps on cursing, this sadness and frustration, this wish it never happened, this heavy weight that no one understands, that walks with you and lives with you, a thing you can overcome, but it may never go all the way. And so your life is changed. I wish it could be otherwise. After a while, it does not scream, but whispers, and continues to. And so it changes not just how you see the world, but how the world sees you, and how you come to live in it. This uninnocence, this unease, this sense of vulnerability she never had before and cannot completely shake. This coward of intentional harm to the better gender, this senseless act that changes you, this meanness in the world that replaces safety with fear, this physical abuse cruel as the beating of a child, both taking away trust and peace and security, and sometimes even taking away the way you can love and receive love too. And true, there is a lack of understanding that no one knows how you really feel, and that sometimes, my God, sometimes there is that awful old-fashioned shit, the stupid stuff that asks, what were you wearing? As though you were inviting it. Another example of how men have made it hard to be a woman. This decadence of dominance. Thank God that it is ending, but still, there is the feeling that no one really understands. And why that you who are someone different do not know how you feel when you are alone and see a man walking towards you, or hear footsteps behind you, or the nervousness approaching your car in a dark parking lot, and not knowing how this heaviness affects so many parts of your life. How this assault on your body is not just of the body, but it affects the mind, its ability to concentrate. It affects the heart, to focus and to place things in perspective. How it affects your spirit, puts you in darkness where there once was light, and how you are just different, and that it should not be that way. How you shouldn't be afraid of discomfort, but you are. And how vigilance is nearly always there. How hard it is to just be at ease sometimes, and how sometimes you just feel so all alone. None of this you had before. This courage you have found, but wish you never had to. How you tense up when you approach and feel the shadows on the other side of a hedge, a wall, or an alley, or when you walk past, or a place similar to the place where it all fell down on you. And how sometimes you wish you were a gazelle, so you could outrun any presenting danger. And sometimes, yes, sometimes, you wish you were an armored tank, locked and loaded, so you could shoot, run over, back over the evil person that has done this to you. And so I feel your reach. I think that if men got raped, this is the greatest fear of men when they go to prison, there would be more understanding in the world. And I wish with all of my all, that the assault did not take place, and you lived in a different world, but now a lesser world, a darker place, so fragile a place. I wish. You need a shoulder to rest your head on, protecting arms gently holding you, and a comforting voice there in the hours of the night to hold your hand, to hold your heart, and understand. We all need this, and I hope you find it, someone who understands, and always will. My second poem is called Siren Song. The sirens, as you may remember in Greek mythology, were an island of beautiful women. And when men sailing their ships came by, they didn't much like men. And they would sing these beautiful songs, and the men would turn in to find the women who were singing it, and there were sharp rocks, and their ship would be shipwrecked, and they would drown. This is called a modern-day siren song. Ah, sweet cigarette, I hear your sweet siren song calling me in. And so I trim my sails and turn on into the sound of this song, even though there are threatening rocks. And I look at you, so thin and sleek, runway model slender, alabaster skin, so firm and fully packed, and I taste of you, and each taste gets better and better. And I have come to like you, and I have come to love you, and I have come to need you, and I have even come to worship you, for we make such a cute couple, and I love to set you on fire, to stroke your giving body with my fingers, to hold you, to take you with my anxious lips, to suck you, yes, sweet suck you, to taste your smoky essence on my tongue, and yes, for you, I do swallow. Take you down deep inside me, blow you, your smoke hanging heavy in the air of my life, and I have come to make this love with you, 10, then 20, then 30 times a day. My day and night lover, you have become a permanent part of me. And you are an easy and exciting lover. You my habit whore who I adore, who I buy your favors every day. At first you were a tease, then became easily available, then my habit, then my need. First I took a smoke, then the smoke took a smoke, and then the smoke took me. Limitless my desire for you. Who could resist this owning of each other? And like a true lover, you have become a permanent part of me, settling into my tissues, into the very marrow of my bones, and so I am lost in you, captivated completely under your smoky spell, unable to resist your taste, your quick pleasure, your dark desires for my willing flesh, which I bend to and willingly give to you. A sweet cigarette, come and possess me. I am yours. This nuance of nicotine curling into my tissue, and more. I want you more. Want you to be more. To be even deeper inside of me. More and more of me, so entwined in our togetherness. You, this alpha wolf leader of the pack, which I willingly follow. And I bow to you every day, my mistress cigarette. I feel you there inside of me, having your way with me. Termite-like eating away at the wood of my soft tissues. And you have put new colors in me, yellowing my fingers, graying my skin, and clouds upon my lungs. Clouds heavy on me, slowly advancing, and to a narrowing and a hardening of my arteries, responding to the licking kiss of you. And it's all good, isn't it? And it's all about now, this needed now. Oh, sweet cigarette, I need you now. Must have you now, can't wait. This needed breath of you. And so, like some new lover, you have come to take my breath away and make my heart beat faster, and then slower, and then faster again. This lover's fluttering in my changing heart. It's now breath, shallow deep, hard to get, hard to catch, my breath, this needed now. And you tell me that I am good enough to eat, and in response, know that I love you to death. And so, sweet cigarette, lover, I fillet you with my inside cunnilingus tongue, and you lick at me this love, this day that daily changes me. And I prostrate myself before you, you who have become my first thought in the morning, my last thought at night. We have become each other's lives, and I need you at my side every moment of my day. You, lover, who have become more precious to me than life itself. And although I feel you eating away inside of me, I want you more and more. This want that has become need. I once owned you, and now you own me in this relationship. And I feel you, my old familiar love, climaxing, shooting your smoky glows inside of me that no shower will take away. Oh, I live for you, have become you, and just love you to death. Love you above all others, more than my wife or my family, for they pale like my skin next to my need of you. Ah, bitter tasting sweet ecstasy, come and take me to the center of you, where you most live, and then will die. This inch by inch transition where you lead me to. Shower me with the slow grains of your destruction. You, this most needed of all things that remain. You who love me to pieces, then who love me to death. I've taken more and more to my bed, a cough my constant companion, the weather forecast bleak, and yet I light you up again, and there is no tomorrow, only this great a day. I hear executioner's song, trim my sails, dark sky falling, all the rocks, head on in.